Have you ever watched Prime Mike Tyson and wondered why no one fights like that anymore? We've seen knockout artists, we've seen pressure fighters, we've seen speed, power, and raw aggression, but nothing looked like Tyson. The Peekaboo style was meant to change boxing forever. It turned him into something almost mythic, an unstoppable force, a walking wrecking ball. And then, just as suddenly as it arrived, it disappeared. No elite heavyweight has truly mastered it since, not once in decades. So what went wrong? Was the style too dangerous, too exhausting, too complex to teach? Or was Mike Tyson simply the only human capable of making it work? To understand the Peekaboo, we have to go back before Tyson, back to the mind that created the system. Not just a trainer, but a visionary, a man named Cus D'Amato. In the 1950s, D'Amato faced a serious problem. He worked with talented fighters who were constantly at a disadvantage. They were shorter, they had less reach. Against taller opponents, traditional boxing left them vulnerable. Cus didn't want small adjustments. He wanted a complete solution. A way for shorter fighters to dominate bigger men without being torn apart on the outside. He believed conventional boxing was flawed. Too upright, too predictable, too slow. So he imagined something radical, a style built on relentless head movement, explosive footwork, and devastating combinations. A system that neutralized height and reach entirely. A style that didn't just score points, but broke opponents mentally and physically. This was the birth of Peekaboo boxing. Unlike traditional stances, Peekaboo relied on constant motion. Fighters stayed compact, gloves high, chin tucked. They bobbed, weaved, slipped punches by inches, then exploded forward with ferocious counters. It wasn't passive defense, it was aggressive protection. Cus D'Amato's first major success came in 1956 with Floyd Patterson. Patterson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 21. At around 190 pounds, he was small for the division, but Peekaboo allowed him to close distance, avoid damage, and strike with speed and precision. Later, Jose Torres used elements of the style to become light heavyweight champion in 1965, blending the high guard with fluid upper body movement. But while both men succeeded, neither fully embodied the system. That changed in 1979, when a troubled 13-year-old from Brooklyn walked into Cus D'Amato's gym. His name was Mike Tyson. From the start, Tyson was different. His physical gifts were perfectly suited to the Peekaboo system. Blinding hand speed rarely seen in heavyweights. Explosive punching power thrown from unpredictable angles. Incredible neck strength that allowed violent head movement. Massive leg drive for closing distance instantly. And a naturally low center of gravity at just 5'10". Cus saw what no one else did. He became Tyson's legal guardian and dedicated every day to molding him. Hours of drilling. Endless repetition. The Peekaboo wasn't just taught, it was burned into Tyson's nervous system. Defense and offense became one seamless motion. By the time Tyson turned professional in 1985, he wasn't just a boxer. He was a weapon, the Peekaboo taken to its ultimate form, a system built for total domination. Then tragedy struck. Cus D'Amato died in November 1985, just as Tyson's career was taking off. But the foundation had already been laid. Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion ever. For a brief period, he looked invincible. So what made Tyson's Peekaboo so devastating? First, the defensive shell. Unlike traditional stances with an extended lead hand, Tyson kept both gloves high beside his face, forming a tight, compact guard. Straight punches were smothered before they could land, hence the name Peekaboo. Second, constant head movement. Tyson's head was never stationary. Bobbing, weaving, slipping, rolling, he made himself an impossible target while advancing non-stop. Third, the footwork. Tyson didn't bounce or circle like most fighters. He used a technique D'Amato called shifting, a subtle transfer of weight that allowed him to throw hooks from either side with full power, regardless of stance. Fourth, angles. By dipping to the side while moving forward, Tyson created attacking lanes most heavyweights had never seen. His famous right hook to the body, followed by a right uppercut to the head, came from angles that defenses weren't built to handle. Fifth, explosive entry. Tyson didn't gradually pressure opponents. He closed distance instantly. One slip, one step, and he was inside, landing before opponents could reset. Together, these elements created a style that was defensively sound and offensively catastrophic. But there was something else, something often overlooked. Psychology. The sight of Tyson stalking forward, muscles coiled, gloves high, head moving relentlessly. It broke fighters before the first punch. This was intentional. Cus D'Amato believed boxing was 75% mental. Tyson's black trunks, his refusal to wear socks, his quiet demeanor mixed with violent intent, it was all designed to unsettle opponents. For a time, it worked perfectly. But no reign lasts forever. When Tyson lost to Buster Douglas in 1990, the illusion cracked. Without Cus guiding him, Tyson had slowly drifted away from the pure peekaboo style. Personal chaos followed. His marriage, legal trouble, and imprisonment in 1992 stole crucial years from his prime. When he returned in 1995, he was still dangerous, but different. The head movement wasn't as sharp. The defense wasn't as tight. The artistry had faded, replaced by raw power. Losses to Holyfield and Lennox Lewis confirmed it. The peekaboo that once made Tyson unstoppable was gone. So why didn't others adopt it? First, conditioning. The peekaboo demands insane stamina. Constant movement, staying low, exploding repeatedly. It's exhausting. Most heavyweights rely on size and reach. This style forces you to fight small for 12 rounds. Second, evolution of boxing. Modern heavyweights are taller, disciplined jabbers, especially from Eastern Europe. Closing distance against them is far harder. Third, knowledge loss. After Cus D'Amato's death and the decline of his protégés, the system faded. Without proper instruction, even gifted fighters couldn't execute it correctly. And finally, the biggest reason, Mike Tyson was unique. His physical tools, aggression, and mentality aligned perfectly with the system. Others could imitate parts of it, but never the whole. Elements live on. Fighters like Dwight Muhammad Qawi, David Tua, Timothy Bradley, and even Canelo Alvarez show traces of D'Amato's teachings. The principles still work, even if the complete system has become rare. The peekaboo was a moment in time, like jazz or certain architectural movements. It burned too brightly to last. The perfect teacher met the perfect student and changed boxing forever. Will we ever see another pure peekaboo heavyweight champion? Probably not. The sport has changed, the circumstances are dark. But for a brief moment, Cus D'Amato and Mike Tyson solved the puzzle of heavyweight boxing. And that legacy will never disappear.